Number 1. Edward J. Epstein. He was an American investigative journalist and a political science professor at Harvard University, the University of California, Los Angeles, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Edward J. Epstein was born on 6th of December 1935. He earned a Bachelor of Arts and Master of Arts in Government from Cornell University. In his 1996 book, The Secret History of Armand Hammer, the author revealed, among other things, how the prolific businessman laundered money to finance espionage for the Soviets in the 1920s and 1930s. He died from COVID-19 at his apartment in Manhattan, New York City on 9th of January 2024 at the age of 88. Number 2. Tisa Farrow. She was an American actress and model. Farrow's first film role was in Homer. Farrow then starred in René Clément's and Hope to Die, 1972, the drama Some Call It Loving, 1973, and the comedy Only God Knows, 1974. Farrow was featured semi-nude in a photo article in the July 1973 issue of Playboy, photographed by Mario Casilli. In the second half of the 1970s, Farrow acted in the Italian-Canadian action thriller Strange Shadows in an Empty Room, 1976, directed by Alberto De Martino, and starred in the made-for-television horror film The Initiation of Sarah, 1978, James Toback's first feature production Fingers, 1978, alongside Harvey Keitel, and in the Canadian film Search and Destroy, 1979. She was born on 22nd of July, 1951 in California, US. Tisa Farrow died on January 10, 2024, at the age of 72. Number 3. Marc Chavannes. He was a Dutch professor for journalism at Groningen University and active journalist, correspondent and commentator for NRC Handelsblad. He was born on 20th of September 1946. He died on 10th of January 2024 at the age of 77. Cause of death is unknown. Number 4. Annie Nightingale. She was an English radio and television broadcaster. She was the first female presenter on BBC Radio 1 in 1970. Nightingale specialized in championing new and underground music. She also led the movement and encouraged other women to become DJs and broadcasters. She was BBC Radio 1's longest-serving broadcaster and held the Guinness World Record for the longest career as a female radio presenter. During the early to mid-1960s, Nightingale worked in television, both as a reporter for BBC's Southampton and Bristol-based news programme South Today. Nightingale joined the weekly Brighton and Hove Gazette as a general reporter. Early in the 1970s, Nightingale hosted a documentary film series for BBC One entitled Before the Event. Nightingale became involved with the burgeoning acid house music revolution from 1989 onwards, playing much of the 1990s decade music on her Radio 1 show before the music went mainstream. She was born on 1st of April 1940. She died on 11th of January 2024 at the age of 83, died following a short illness. Number 5. Robin Brownlee. He was a Canadian ice hockey journalist and radio host. He covered the Edmonton Oilers of the National Hockey League for the Edmonton Journal and the Edmonton Sun from 1989 to 2007, and later for Canadian Press and NHL.com. He appeared regularly on TSN 1260 Sports Radio as co-host of The Jason Gregor Show from 2009 to 2018, and rejoined Gregor as radio co-host when Sports 1440 started broadcasting in September 2023. Brownlee wrote for the Edmonton Journal from 1989 to 2000, then at the Edmonton Sun from December 2000 until January 2007 as that newspaper's senior hockey writer before moving to write for Oilers Nation in 2007. He was born on 1958. Brownlee died on the 11th of January 2024 at the age of 65. He had a tumor by his ear. Number 6. Ruth Ashton Taylor. She was an American television and radio newscaster with a career in broadcasting that spanned over 50 years. She was the first female newscaster on television in Los Angeles and the West Coast. She received many awards and honors, including a Lifetime Achievement Emmy Award and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She first began as a writer and producer. In 1951, she became the first woman in Los Angeles or on the West Coast on television news when she took a job with Los Angeles's KNXT TV. As a news reporter and program host, she became an influential figure on subsequent female journalists with numerous industry awards. She was born on 20th of April, 1922. She died in California on 11th of January, 2024, at the age of 101, died due to brain cancer. Number 7. Juli Mira. He was a Spanish actor. He appeared in more than 80 films from 1978. He was known for Kepler 6b, 2023, Tell Me How It Happened, 2001, and A Love to Keep, 2006. He was born on 2nd of May, 1949. Mira died on 13th of January, 2024, at the age of 74. Number 8. Bill Hayes. He was an American actor and recording artist. His song, The Ballad of Davy Crockett, hit the top of the Billboard charts in the spring of 1955. Following a successful career as a musician, which began in the late 1940s, Hayes began to focus on dramatic acting parts in the late 1960s, which led him to be cast in a role that gained him additional fame to a younger generation. This new chapter began in 1970, when he originated the character of Doug Williams on NBC's Days of Our Lives, which he continued to play until 2023. On Days of Our Lives, Hayes was introduced as a convict who was also a lounge singer. Hayes was a singer on the Sid Caesar and Imogen Coca variety show Your Show of Shows in the early 1950s. He had a supporting role in the 1952 black comedy stop You're Killing Me. He was born on 5th of June, 1925. He died on 12th of January, 2024, at the age of 98. Cause of death is unknown. Number 9. April Ferry. She was an American costume designer. She was nominated at the 67th Academy Awards for the film Maverick in the category of Best Costume Design. Ferry won an Emmy Award for the costumes in the television show Rome. She was also nominated for an Emmy Award in 1989 for the Hallmark movie My Name is Bill W. In 2014, April received the Career Achievement Award at the Costume Designers Guild Awards. Ferry had over 45 credits, including a couple of films from the television show The Rockford Files. She died on 11th of January, 2024. She was 91. Cause of death is currently unknown. Number 10. Tom Shales. He was an American writer and critic of television programming and operations. He was a television critic for The Washington Post from 1977 to 2010, for which he received the Pulitzer Prize for Criticism in 1988. He also wrote a column for the television news trade publication NewsPro, published by Crane Communications. He was born on 3rd of November 1944. He served as the station's disc jockey, local news reporter, writer, and announcer on both the AM and FM bands. Shales received the Pulitzer Prize for Criticism in 1988. He died from COVID-19 and kidney failure, died on 13th of January 2024 at the age of 79.